everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. Today's video is actually really exciting for me. From the title you can probably tell we are going to be discussing Christmas traditions. I'm also excited about this video because I love building my community of women here on YouTube, and today's video is in collaboration with Kiera J. If you aren't familiar with Kiera's channel, she is a wife and mother. She is married to a man named Trey, and he is in the military. He is freshly back from deployment, so that's really exciting. And they have a little boy named Carter who just turned 1. She makes a ton of lifestyle and fashion content on her channel, and if you like my style of content, then I'm pretty sure you will love Kiera's channel as well. So I want to highly encourage all of my subscribers to go head over to her channel. I will link it below when you're done watching this video, and go watch hers as well. Give her some love, tell her I sent you, and see what she has to share about Christmas traditions as well. And if you are new over from Kiera's channel, I just want to say hi, welcome. Like I said, we make a lot of similar content, but my name is Krista. I have a husband named Brandon, and we have 2 children, a 3-year-old son named Sebastian and a almost 10-month-old daughter named Margot. And we just moved into this house, so a lot of my content at the moment is centered around trying to make this house a home, but I do have a ton of vlogs and lifestyle content on this channel as well, and I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing and keeping up with us. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. So I don't know about you, but Christmas is by far my favorite holiday. I love all of the joy in the air, the parties and the music and the festivities and the hustle and bustle of the shopping, and of course the traditions. And growing up, my family didn't have a ton of Christmas traditions. We generally just picked up and went to Michigan for a week to visit our extended family, but as far as what we did inside of our home, we as a family of 4, meaning my mom, my dad, and my sister and I, we would go and cut down our Christmas tree at a Christmas tree farm. And that was pretty much the main thing that I knew we were going to do every single year. My sister and my mom and I also pretty frequently participated in the church like Christmas pageant and program. Aside from that, we really didn't have many traditions. So now that I'm a mom, I am committed to making Christmas the best for my children. I want it to be a really memorable time for them. And I'm not talking about like best because we give them a lot of gifts, but I want their memories about Christmas to be something that they never forget. I've broken this video up into 3 parts. The first one are traditions that you can do as a family, traditions that you can do as an adult and with your adult friends, and things that you can do specifically for your children. One more thing that I do want to say is I highly encourage you, especially this year, to give to a charity if you can. Typically we do our charitable giving around Thanksgiving time, but I definitely want to encourage it for this year and making that our tradition, because it will really make you feel so good on the inside, especially in a year like this when so many people need our help. All right, so the first thing I want to discuss are traditions that you can do as a family. So this means if you still live at home with your parents, or you and your partner can do with your children. Some of these things will be things that may have to wait until the pandemic is over, but I'm going to share them anyway. Starting with the family Christmas card photo. That is something that my family of 4, meaning my husband and my children, do, or my son, because I just had my daughter at the beginning of this year, but that is something that we do every year. Now, we don't always get the photo mailed. This will be our 4th Christmas and we've done it twice, but the cards are ordered this year already. But I think that taking a family photo every single year for Christmas is just a really fun tradition that you can do with your family. There's tons of websites that you can get on and find cards for. We do ours through Minted, and I just think it's fun when you can pick color palettes and create a vision in your head of what you want your photo to look like, and then bring it to fruition. And especially in a year like this, there's something to be said about receiving happy mail and getting a card from your friends and loved ones. So consider giving that to someone this year and making that a Christmas tradition. Another thing that my family likes to do, and if you watched our Vlogmas the year before last, we like to go look at the Christmas lights on the lake. And we live not too far from a lake here called Lake Lanier, and they do this fabulous Christmas light show all over the property, and you just drive through and look at all the different Christmas lights. We're gonna do it this year and I will probably vlog it, but I do have a video of it on my channel, and that is something that I am really excited about doing this year, especially since my son is older. He'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more than usual. And yeah, I don't know, that's just something fun. If you don't have a lake near you that does like a light show with their Christmas lights, you could always just wait till it's nighttime and drive around nearby neighborhoods or drive around your own community and look at the Christmas lights that way and make it a thing. Maybe everybody has like a little cup of hot chocolate in their hand. Maybe you stop by Starbucks. This is what we do. We stop by Starbucks, get the holiday drinks, and then we go look at the lights. And that could be something you do, and make it a big deal and do it every year so that your kids look forward to doing it. The next thing that you could also do, this is something that we do on Christmas Day. We typically always stay in Christmas pajamas. I am not someone who likes to wear their pajamas all day long. However, on Christmas, I get up and I change into my Christmas Day pajamas. So my Christmas Day outfit is a set of pajamas, or lounge, I guess, and that is what I wear all day long because it's just a special day. So everyone wears pajamas or special Christmas Day lounge on Christmas, and we have done that every year. You can even do the matching set. We bought our matching pajamas this year. We're not gonna wear them on Christmas, but that's just something you can wear if you're into that sort of thing, and make that a tradition for you and your family. The next one I want to share as far as something you can do with your whole family is a Christmas high tea. And now if you're not into this sort of thing, this may be one that you don't want to do, but I'm going to tell you what my vision is for this particular tradition. I love high tea. I try to have it when it's offered when I'm out. I love the scones and the tea sandwiches and the teas, but elevate that and maybe get a little dressed up even if you're just at home doing it. Have a specific time where you and your family sit down and have high tea and have good conversation. Now, what I would like to do with the Christmas high tea to make it a little bit more special is make it my children's party. So I will send out invitations and have my friends' kids come over, and we will set up a beautiful tablescape just for the children. The parents will stand back and watch, but they're all dressed up in their clothes, and this will be a party that my children throw for their friends every single year, which is mainly me just throwing the party. But I think it would be so fun to always have all of my girlfriends and their husbands come over and we watch the kids have tea every single year, and it's Christmas themed. I just love that because it's their tradition, but it's very much something, you know, that you can do as a family. But I think a fun way to make memories every year is to say like, oh yeah, every Monday before Christmas my family always has high tea, and that can be just something you guys do as your little family, or expand it like I plan to in the future. Obviously that's not something we can start this year as far as our friends are concerned, because we are, you know, trying to stay safe in this crazy pandemic, but I think that that is a really fun tradition that you all can do as well. So everything I just named are all things that you can start this year if you don't already do them, and they're safe, they're socially distanced, isolated, they're just things that you can do with your pod or the people in your direct family. But really quickly, I want to list off a couple things that we also do in a non-pandemic world that you can think about doing next year, or, you know, whenever we all can go back out safely again. And that is, one, visit the town tree lighting if you have one. We've done that. I have it on my channel actually. I can just link my Vlogmas playlist below. The second one is doing photos with Santa, which I'm so bummed about not being able to do this year because this is my daughter's first Christmas. The third, and this is something that we've done in the past as well with our son, is a Santa breakfast. And that is basically where you go and visit Santa for breakfast. They usually have an elf there to read stories or play games with the kids, and you sit down and have breakfast. Our local mall does it, but you have to make a reservation for it. But it's really fun, and it just gets the kids in the holiday spirit. And then the fourth thing that I'm super sad we can't do because of the pandemic this year is take a staycation or a road trip type vacation to Chateau Elan or at Biltmore Estate, which I guess we could do, but with the nature of my husband's job, it's just best if we don't travel. And that was something I really wanted to do this year, and then now obviously we can't. All right, so the next category is what you can do as an adult or do with your friends. And I guess this first one would be to throw or attend a holiday party, which we can't really do safely anymore. So what you can do is obviously the Zoom party, being a hostess and having people in my home, or even if it was over Zoom, being the one to facilitate a Zoom party would be so much fun. And it can be something that you start every year, or maybe you keep it on Zoom because you don't have time to throw a whole party. But just something about gathering together with your closest friends with a Christmas theme. Maybe everyone wears, you know, a certain color or an ugly sweater or whatever you're into. That could be a really fun tradition to start. Another one of my favorite traditions as an adult, because this is something my children don't partake in, is mulled wine. And if you watched, I think it's my last video or one of my last videos, I showed you how I make mulled wine. I have made it on my channel plenty of times in the past, and it is by far my favorite, most festive holiday drink. This drink is only for the people out there who love red wine. I will put the recipe in the description box below, but I look forward to that every single year. This year I started a little early because we started Christmas earlier this year, but having mulled wine all throughout the Christmas season is one of my steadfast traditions. This is something I have been doing and will continue doing, and then when my children get old enough, they can do it with me too. And it's so easy, but it's just something I look forward to every holiday season. And then in the same vein as the last category, these next two things are things that I would do in a post-pandemic world. If you live in the Atlanta area, we have a place here called Miracle. It's a bar that pops up for Christmas time, and it is like the most fun, magical Christmas thing. They have Christmas lights, just thousands of them, all inside of this bar, and you go in and order holiday drinks, and they play Christmas music, and you don't get up and dance, but you just sit and it's completely dark, and it's nothing but Christmas lights everywhere. It's just so much fun. It's totally festive. It gets you in the mood. You can dress up or dress down, it doesn't matter, but it's so much fun. Or, and this is part 2 of post-pandemic, have a really special date night where maybe you and your partner go out and you order like everything on the menu basically, and just try to make your holiday date night really special. I know people are doing date night now, but what I'm saying is you want to make this a tradition. So it's every year, me and my partner, we go to this certain restaurant, or we always order this certain food, or we always do this exact thing, and you want to do it every year because that's what makes it a tradition. And the last category are things that you can do with your children every year for Christmas. These are a ton of Christmas traditions, but I do pretty much all of the things that I'm mentioning because it just means so much more when you can make this season so special. And these are all things that you can do that don't really cost a lot of money, that can bring so much joy. So the first thing that you can do with your children, give them their own Christmas tree. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to go chop down a second tree. Target literally has short Christmas trees for kids, or I'm sure Walmart has them too, but in our living room, we have this beautiful tree, and the children are not allowed to touch it. They don't help with this one. We also have a Christmas tree right over there in our kitchen, but they have one in their playroom. And as they get older, they're gonna be allowed to decorate that any way they want. A new tradition I'm starting is the advent calendar, where I make it, and it will be, this year, it's to give them a new ornament every day for their Christmas tree. I don't know what I'm gonna do next year, but the tradition of the advent calendar will be something that we do. Let them go wild and do whatever they want on their Christmas tree. They know that that's their tree, and every year they look forward to doing their own tree, and then you get to make your tree really beautiful. And on their tree, they can put the Christmas ornaments that they make at church and school up there, and your guests don't have to see that on your main tree. My next bullet point, which I kind of mentioned, is the advent calendar. You can do books, you can do Christmas ornaments, you can do chocolates, you know, whatever you really want to open 24 of for the days leading up to Christmas, have at it. But I've decided that instead of buying a traditional advent calendar, I'm going to make something every year for my kids. So I think next year we'll do books or whatever, but this year, like I said, we're gonna do Christmas ornaments for their tree. The next one is a new tradition for us that we just started, and that is Elf on a Shelf. My 3-year-old son is loving it so far. I've never done this. I've had a lot of parents warn me not to do it because it gets difficult, and I'm not even gonna lie, I already forgot to do, well, I didn't forget, but I had to set up day 1 in the morning because I forgot to do it the night before. But I have a full list of everything that I want to have this little elf do for him, and he loves it. Our little elf's name is Georgie, and he's brown. But Elf on a Shelf is just fun, and if you're really into that type of thing, like doing little crafts and stuff with your kids, I really feel that you will like Elf on the Shelf. If not, leave your horror stories down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. But I am really excited to be doing it this year for the first time with my son, and I know that we're going to be doing it every single year. Okay, the next thing that you can start doing with your children, if you don't do this already, is every year you pull out the box that has all of the Christmas books, and then replenish it with some newer books as they get older. But read a Christmas book every morning, either over breakfast or every night before they go to bed, or both, and just make a big deal about Christmas through books. That is such an easy thing to do. Get them excited, like, oh, we're gonna pick out your Christmas book box, and what book do you want to read tonight, or what book do you want to read this morning? It's such a simple thing you can do, and they'll remember it every single year. All right, and we have 2 more. The next one is the gingerbread house. A lot of people already do this tradition. It's really fun. The stores make it super easy by putting them right in the front when you walk in. Make it a contest and maybe buy 2, and your kids decorate one and you and your partner decorate the other, and then compare. Or have a party within your family and let everyone decorate their own. If you really want to kick it up a notch, bake your own gingerbread. I'm not there yet. That's not where I am in this, but every year we buy the gingerbread house and we decorate it. We've been doing that since before we had children, and I hope to continue it. All right, and the final tradition is bake Santa cookies and leave a note. And I've been doing this one with my son since he was born, even when he was 4 months old on his first Christmas and had no clue what I was doing. I wrote a little note from him to Santa. I left it on the counter on a special Christmas plate with a little cup of milk and some freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. And I took a picture of him with the note and I put him to bed, and then I ate the chocolate chip cookies. Like I said, I started doing it at 4 months with my son. He had no clue what was going on, none. But I did it every year because I want to be able to say we've done this every year. As he gets older and older, and as my daughter gets older and older, I feel like it'll be something fun that they look forward to. And in the morning when they wake up and all of their presents are down here under the tree, I want them to truly believe that Santa came. This is something my mom did for me growing up, and it is why I want to do it for my children. And I think that that is what traditions are all about. It just really makes Christmas so much more magical. All right, well, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure a lot of it is stuff that you already do, but I know I had a few people tell me that they didn't have any Christmas traditions, or you didn't know what to start with your kids. So I hope that I was able to help you in some way come up with a few things that you could do with your family, some things that you may have not heard of, like maybe the high tea. And yeah, if you're watching this video and you take anything from it and do it, tag me on Instagram while you're doing it and let me know what you've decided to do. Also, please leave any of your Christmas traditions down in the comments. Again, if you're coming over from Kiara J's channel, hi, welcome. I'm so excited that you've made it to the end of this video. Please stick around and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.